All right, welcome back to another episode of Wapsie River Adventures podcast.
Yes.
We got good old Colin here.
What's up?
And then me, Mason Shares.
Yeah.
So, what happened this morning?
We've been busy. That's why we didn't post last week. I think it's been a little while since we posted. I think it's...
No, you posted last week.
No, I didn't. Did I?
Yeah, you did.
I don't think so.
Oh, well. It's been busy. Been busy.
Deer season is full on right now. Like I said, it's going to be hard to do drop every single week, but we will be. We're going to try our best.
We got kids soccer.
Yeah.
Our kids' soccer games.
Mine are wrapping up, thank God.
Mine doesn't end until the 23rd.
18th, so.
Yeah. Last game for my boy is the 23rd. Yours is the 18th.
Yep.
And ours would have been the 18th, but good old Denver had to cancel and reschedule their game.
It happens.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's that. On the other channel, we have broke 500 subscribers, so I still need to get some time to shoot up some baits so we can do that giveaway.
Yep.
And get that done. So we did hit 500 subscribers for that. I still need to get baits shot up.
And we're gonna choose. We're gonna look at all the comments.
No, we're doing a random giveaway. They have a thing on Google to where you can do the link to when I make that video and post it. They're gonna have to comment, they're gonna have to like and subscribe, comment. They have all that to sort everything out to people that have done that. Okay. And they can have a keyword to target the ones that use the keyword, so that I'm going to give them a keyword to put in the comment that they leave. Okay.
Also, you're going to do a video with what you're giving,
yes,
with the giveaway, and that's coming up soon.
Soon. Once I get everything, I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to try and do that tomorrow.
Okay.
And then when we do the drawing for that, when I get time to do the drawing, I'm going to go back to that video, link it in, put in the keyword, they sort everything out, and then I just click generate name, and then that name pops up and I'll be getting a hold of them.
Okay. And just so that way you guys know, if this doesn't drop today is October 11th, 2025. So, and Mason's talking about getting everything set up and done October 12th, which would be Sunday.
Yeah.
So
after I get done hunting, I'm going to have to head home, do that video. It's going to be, I'm going to tell them what they need to do. I'm going to be doing up another review on 8-bit baits, stuff that they sent me, and shooting up that product. And then we're going to go from there.
Okay. Good deal.
Yep, yuppers. So we're going to be doing that. So, but now, today, it was my first day to get out into the stand.
Yep.
Even though the season opened up last weekend.
October 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, well, for opening weekend. Wasn't able to get out opening weekend. It was way too hot that weekend.
It was warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely.
It was like
warm.
80s, 90s that weekend. Stupid cold and stupid warm.
Yeah, not stupid cold, stupid warm.
Yeah. And then, so tell them what happened today.
Why don't you tell them?
You tell them. You can go from the beginning. You have a better way of describing that.
Oh no, you got to work on it. So go ahead.
Why do I got to sit there? And
because this is mainly your hunt.
All right. So
explain what happened. What did we do?
All right, we went out to Promised Land.
You gotta get better at this.
All right, so Colin tells me the night before, that I needed to be at his place as early as I can get it, which I had to get up before he did.
I doubted I was up early. I couldn't sleep. So I doubt it.
So I had to get up earlier than he did. And
again, I doubt it, but okay.
So I wake up at freaking 4:30 in the morning.
Already awake.
And was going around trying to get my stuff, situated.
Yep.
And get my contacts in, get my meds taken, and then I drive my happy ass over here, listening to Average Joe's podcast since they dropped it last night.
Yeah.
And then we get here, get everything loaded up. His dad shows up with your mom's friend, right?
Yeah.
His mom's friend. It's her first time hunting. And so she's going muzzleloader. And we get everything loaded up. We head over to we head over to the Promised Land. What?
There's no editing on this either, so
I know.
Damn you.
And we head over to the Promised Land. I didn't even finish the landowner's name. So there's a lot of those names out there. And so anyway, we head over there, and we're trying to get walk over to the blind that we said we were going to go to.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get things situated. I felt like a freaking kid again with trying to get things figured out.
Why?
Inexperience.
Why?
We barely ever hunted blinds before.
Okay, whatever. Yep. Okay.
It's true.
It's a lot easier to sit in the blind, just plop the chair down and make it easy to shoot the bow out.
I know, but Colin was being, you were trying to teach me, but in a dad type of tone.
No, I was just telling you what I would have been doing. Move the chair back, move it here, so that way, and you're like, oh, yeah, that worked. Duh.
I'm just saying, inexperience for me. We barely hunted blinds, ever.
Okay, yep.
It's true.
Yeah, normally you're just sitting on a bucket next to a tree, but yep, okay.
Well, am
I
telling the truth?
Yep. Okay.
And so we're sitting there. Colin's flipping through his phone. I'm doing my little photo type deal on my phone for social media and stuff like that. And I'm trying to listen, trying to watch out the blind.
Fucking off.
Nothing was really happening, but there was deer in the corn behind us, real far off, right?
No, the ones weren't. The ones were in muzzleloader range, but that's besides the point.
Well, but far off for us. And
yeah, too far to shoot with a bow.
Yeah. And what was it? 8 o'clock? We decided to...
8:05.
8:05, we decided to get out of the blind.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, we were doing a live on the regular channel on YouTube. And we're talking to the people, blah, 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 blah. We get out of the blind, and then I freshen up the mock scrape that we had. Use the pure whitetail pre-orbital gland scent on the rope. I beat in the scrape on the ground.
Yep.
And then we decided, Colin wanted to show me this trail that they got mowed the night before. And so go ahead and explain the...
No, keep going. You're doing good.
Area.
No, keep going.
Okay.
But
so,
you're missing out. You're missing one important factor, though. What?
Okay, but there was deer out in the corn that we didn't see.
In which direction were they coming?
Right towards us.
Right. What'd we learn?
Wait.
Yep. Exactly.
Wait longer.
Yep. There you go.
Wait longer. And so we go down to the area that they mowed and go down to this other area where we have a stand that they mowed right to. and a tree fell down in front of. And then the area that they mowed went around this low spot where there's water standing and back up so the deer can trops through where they mowed. Easier walking for them. And we run into a raccoon. Decided to go up a tree. What?
Come on, summarize this.
What do you mean? Summarize it.
Summarize it.
Okay, anyway. So then we go up the hill, out to the cornfield.
How many breaths, how many times you breathe in? I mean, come on now.
I don't know.
I mean, at the rate you were going, I mean, I took 15 breaths
this area
doing
where the trails meet, I mean, it was just loaded with deer tracks.
Yeah, because it's an inside corner, it's a pinch, it's...
Yeah, just absolutely loaded with deer tracks.
Yeah, it's a natural funnel and pinch and everything. Yeah, it's loaded. For where the deer have to walk through that area to get out into the field.
Yeah.
And we just made it even easier.
Yeah.
And proof was in the pudding last because you saw all the tracks on top of our tracks.
Yeah.
And it was done by more than one deer.
Yep.
And so.
But then, so we decided to go up the field, out to the field, and then walk down the field line. And then on another inside corner closer to the landowner's house, there was 3 deer out in that inside corner eating in the corn. So, yeah. And then you got a hold of your dad, and they decided to come down, take a look, but then they didn't want to take a shot towards the landowner's house. But they could see the deer.
Yep. Yep.
And then after they got spooked and took off and everything, we decided to walk back towards the blind that we were sitting in. And this was what, 10 minutes after we freshened up the mock scrape?
Roughly.
And we walk up and we spooked 2 does right by the mock scrape.
They were on it.
They were on it. Right after we freshened it up.
Yep.
And we figured, note to self, stay till 8:30 or past it.
Yep. No matter what.
Yep. So, yeah.
Lesson learned.
Yep.
And so, it's Mason's little experience for his first time out for the year. But, so he learned a lesson. I learned something new today too with it, so.
Yep.
But, I'm gonna go out tonight, do the same thing, hunt different stands. Wind's gonna be good for 99% of the stands. Well, except for one wind direction, the stands are always gonna be good. But, just go out and try her again. So, but while I was in the blind and with last night, there's kind of been something that been grinding my gears a little bit.
Okay, what's been grinding your gears?
You know how, I don't know why, everybody's still on this stupid ass topic with crossbows and flipping broadheads. Like, come on.
It's never ending, man.
Like, I have mad respect for Travis Turner. I really do. Really, honestly, truly do. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I value his opinions. I really do. The guy knows what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have any with me right now, but I'll show from what he was talking about. And yes, they favor G5. Great broadheads to a degree, on my honest opinion. And he makes a lot of sense when he's talking broadheads. He honestly does. But what I don't like for the fact is when they're talking about an over the top expandable, there is a slight degree of, you can get a slight degree of deflection with an over the top expandable.
I know.
Okay. So if you're going to shoot an over the top expandable, you do have to make sure that your bow is tuned properly, because if your arrow's not flying straight out of the bow and it's doing a slight wobble or whatever, you're taking a risk of one side of your arrow over the other hitting first, which could then deter that blade kicking back, which would then, that side hitting, deploying, and it could possibly start to defer your arrow the other way. The same thing can be said with the rear deploying broadhead too, where the blades slide backwards to open instead of over the top. It's just slide back.
Mm-hmm.
You can get kind of the same thing to where if your bow's not tuned
Mm-hmm.
and your arrow's not flying straight, the same thing can happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that he obviously didn't bring that up because it's the same type of likelihood
Mm-hmm.
that it can happen. Because I've personally have seen it happen.
Mm-hmm. It happened if it happened with that one deer that I shot, that one deer that I had to go and retrieve out of the river.
And you were shooting a G5 Mega Meat.
Yeah.
3-blade, and it's got the clips and everything else that everybody likes. And the thing of it is I get that people want to push a certain brand. Okay.
Well, yeah, if you're getting paid by them, then yeah.
But see, I think to a degree, the bone collector guys are.
They are. They're sponsored by them.
To the show, though, but they've used other broadheads, though.
Yeah.
On hunts. I've seen, Waddell has done videos where he's shown where he's got rages and he's got other broadheads where he's used and killed animals with, but they're not on video, though, but he's used and have to see what he is like. Now, granted, do I think that G5 makes a bad broadhead? Absolutely not. Okay, I see the flaws in all the broadheads.
Yeah.
I honestly do. I see the flaws in Beast. I see the flaws in Rage. I see the flaws in G5. I see the flaws in Grim Reapers.
And
Schwackers, the whole 9 yards. Schwackers, I see way more of a flaw than anything.
Yeah.
Okay, that right there. You want to talk about an arrow being deflected on a quartering shot, whatever, that would be it right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know. You can get it with a fixed blade too, though. Not as likely, but it can happen.
Yeah.
So,
he mentioned that too. I know what you're talking about. It's that podcast that T-Bone did.
It wasn't a podcast.
With Waddell. He mentioned it in his Waddell's podcast.
Well, he might have then. I didn't watch that, but or listen to it. But this was just one that he was doing where they were showing some other broadheads and stuff. Because I'm wanting to know which broadheads to use. Now I settled on Beasts and Grim Reapers and Rages. I've never had an issue shooting a Grim Reaper. I've never had an issue shooting a rage. Never once. I don't know about the beast. I'm literally going off of what I've seen from what I've watched off of social media on YouTube with the beasts. Now, to say that the first time that it doesn't work the way that I think it should, by all means, I'm not going to ever use them again, and I will never pay the money for them again. Knock on wood. Hopefully that's not the case, though.
Yeah.
But what like I said, though, is the way the industry is getting right now, with you're seeing it with bows, you're seeing it with arrows, and you're seeing it with broadheads. They're all getting to the point to where the pros and cons are almost the same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you're shooting a 2-blade mechanical slip cam design broadhead, doesn't matter if it's a beast, a rage, a G5, whatever. All the cons are the same because they're all based off of that design.
Yeah.
Okay. You go with a 3-blade rear deploy. You have the same cons because they're all being based off of one general design.
Yeah.
Okay. Same way with an over-the-top expandable that have the blade set back a little bit further to let the arrow get in a little bit, so that way it can't really, it's harder for it to have the deflection. And Grim Reaper has figured out a good portion of that, to where when it goes in, that it's going to be harder for it to kick your arrow one way or another. It can still happen, but it doesn't matter. Any over-the-top expandable, you're going to have that quote-unquote con that possibly could happen. I've never had it happen shooting a Grim Reaper. I've never had it shooting the old school rockets. I never had it happen shooting the NAP Spitfires. Never had an issue with it with those. What are other over-the-top expandables I've shot? I've shot NAPs, rockets, Grim Reapers. No, that's the rocket line. Those are about the main ones.
Yeah, I think you had me shoot Schwacker once.
Yeah, I've shot Schwackers. I don't like them. Unless that is a perfect. If you're only going to shoot broadside shots only, no quartering away shots, I say go for it.
I don't know. I never shot anything with Schwackers.
I do not like the design.
Really, the only thing I've shot.
I do not like that flip open blade design. I cannot jump on board with that.
I don't know. I never shot anything with them. I had them, but I never shot anything with them.
When you're talking about something coming in and it's got wings and it comes in and then it's gonna peel back, it's coming back. So tell me that when it's here and the arrow's kind of like this, it's gonna pull this one back to open, which is then gonna take this one and pull it back. I can't get on board with that.
Yeah.
To me, that's way more of being able to get your arrow to do this when it goes through, unless it's perfectly broadside.
Yeah. The only thing I've shot anything with was G5 brands or Rages.
And those are good brands. But I mean, when we did the last podcast, when we were talking about people getting into archery and everything else, and I was saying, put your money into the arrows and put your money into the broadheads.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that needs to be. And the more and more I've been thinking about it, the more and more I realize is that there's so many decent broadheads that are out there. I mean, you can sit there and be like, oh, I'm only going to shoot the Montex. Okay. Go to Amazon and buy the exact same broadhead and get 12 of them for cheaper.
Yeah.
It's the exact same broadhead except it doesn't have G5's name on it.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I'm not saying if you want to buy the whole American made deal, I support it. It's just we're in a time where if you can't afford it and but want to do it, by all means, do what you need to do to get yourself into the sport first.
Yep.
Okay, this is what I'm getting at. And people need to quit doing you have to buy them. No. We need people in the sport first.
Mm-hmm.
Get people in the sport first, and then we'll go and do the whole, okay, now we've got them
Made in
booked.
America.
Now we'll sit there and save your money up and now go buy the good, better brand stuff. But then again, maybe they don't want to. That's fine too. At least we have somebody in the sport.
Yeah, your dad still shoots Walmart arrows.
Mm-hmm. Shoots muzzies.
Yep.
Shoots a Hoyt bow.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with it. He's killed more big deer than I have.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not fixed, don't change it.
You mean if it's ain't broke, don't fix it?
Same difference.
If it ain't fixed, don't fix it?
Yeah, if it ain't fixed, don't fix it. But with the whole broadheads deal, though, is if you're shooting a mechanical, just pick one that looks good, that you want to do, and the weight that you want, and go with it.
Mm-hmm. That's the reason why I like my G5 Mega Meats. I mean, I was even looking at the T2s.
I would much rather you be shooting the T2s.
I mean, I might do that next year.
Me personally, I can't get behind G5.
No, that's fine.
I cannot.
You do what works for you.
Like, when I think of a broadhead, I think G5, I think fixed.
Okay.
The Montex, their strikers, love them. Their mechanicals, I cannot get behind I can't get behind the Mega Meats. I can't get behind the
Dead Meats.
I can't get behind them. I can't. I don't like their design. I don't like that they do a ballistic matched point. Because I'm sorry, that ballistic matched point is not going to have the same airflow as the Mega Meat. It's not. I'm sorry. You screw that on and you cannot tell me that's going to fly just like a G5 Mega Meat.
No.
If you're going to make it do something, make a mold of it and just make it a solid piece then, like that. So that way it's got that same design, everything.
No. Or do like they usually do with their practice heads. You know, have the blades, but just don't have them deploy.
Just like the Montec pre-seasons.
Yep.
Though, like I said, their whole...
They were trying to cut corners on that one.
Cut corner, yeah, big time. Like I said, I can't get behind that. Rages used to sell the practice tips. You can still get them. and you got 3 broadheads. What's Bomar doing? Bomar's selling a practice tip.
Mm-hmm.
Grim Reapers selling a practice tip. Anybody who's selling a practice tip
Mm-hmm.
are the ones a lot of people are starting to buy now.
Mm-hmm.
So that way they know what they're getting, so they don't have to ruin an arrow or ruin a broadhead if they don't have to.
Yep.
Because broadheads are going up in prices.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's a given, and which is fine. But like I said, I just, from everything that I've seen with watching videos on YouTube, and one of the best people that's doing things right now, if you really want good quality information on a broadhead, you guys need to go check out John Lusk. He does a superb job when it comes to broadheads. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You want something that he puts them to the test when it comes to arrow flight, everything. He is one of the better ones with his system that he has. And I wish a lot more people would do something kind of similar, but I'm glad he is the one doing it, and I think that's why he's truly onto something with his system.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And are we ever going to get off this kick about crossbows?
No, it's never going to be never ending, because there's going to be people that are going to be like, yeah, crossbows are a shitty gun, and make bows vertical again, and crap. It's dumb. It's dumb. I still say they need to make it legal for youth to shoot a crossbow during youth season.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a question. I want to see where you stand on it. Okay? What is your stance when it comes to crossbows? Somebody like me, I'm able to shoot a vertical bow.
Yeah.
Okay? I decide I want to shoot a crossbow instead. Should I be allowed to hunt during the bow season? Here in Iowa, should I be allowed to hunt during Iowa's bow season with a crossbow?
Yeah.
Being able-bodied to shoot a vertical bow, do you find it fair that if I decided, well, I want to use a crossbow instead?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
If you're able-bodied, I'd say yeah, you can. But then again, why not do vertical? But it's all in preference, I guess.
Okay, let me change it up. Somebody new coming into hunting. Okay? Maybe he's 45 years old. Built like a shit brick house. Very, very uncoordinated though. Okay?
Can't shoot worth a damn.
Can't hit the broadside of iron with a vertical bow. Okay? Great shot with a gun though. Shoots a crossbow. Can shoot lights out 40 yards. Should he be able to buy a deer tag, an archery deer tag, and go out during Iowa's bow season and use a crossbow to fill an archery tag? Yes or no?
Honestly, yeah, I think that's possible. Because, I'd rather have them shoot lights out at 40 than not be able to shoot at all at not being able to shoot at 40 with a vertical and wound a deer.
Just prove my point. imagine, okay, if Iowa made crossbows legal for able-bodied
Yeah.
bow hunters, okay, I would bet a paycheck on it that fewer deer would get wounded and lost during Iowa's bow seasons.
Yep.
Now, don't get me wrong. You're still going to have your crackheads and meth heads that think, oh, I'm shooting the mission sub 100. I'm going to shoot a deer at 80 fucking yards with it.
Yeah. Well,
Crack
so
it.
here's the deal.
Anybody that's an actual hunter, though, they're not going to sit there and take 60-yard bomb shots with a crossbow. They're going to be shooting their 20, 30, maybe stretch at 40. And know that, hey, I'm going to shoot my big deer. And the biggest thing I've heard in the state of Iowa is it's going to ruin Iowa's big buck population.
Yep. Well, so...
You're telling me Iowa's shotgun season doesn't ruin it?
But hey,
look at all the guys that go out during shotgun season and everything. Come on.
Hold on. So, I listened to a podcast with Iowa's deer biologist. Okay?
Oh, this ought to be good.
This is a couple weeks ago, so I might be getting the little things off. Okay? Just give me credit for what I can remember.
This could be good. Let's hear what the Nimrod had to say now.
So, he said, coming from Wisconsin, I don't know, remember what he said that Wisconsin had from, for their crossbows and what's legal up there, blah, 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 blah. But he's working here in Iowa now as a deer biologist. And he was the one that was selected to take that position the first time Iowa implemented a deer biologist person. All right? So he was talking about how great Iowa's deer population is. Okay, he said overall deer population.
Yes.
That's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
He said now you go and take a look at other states that have legalized crossbow. Okay, and you take a look at their deer population. It started to decline after they implemented the crossbow season. And where they legalized anybody can shoot a crossbow during archery season. But I'm sitting here thinking, but he did come up and make a good point. Our archery season is during the rut. A lot of these other states, their gun season is during the rut. He did bring that up. But he said, when you take a look at it, their deer population has declined after they implemented the crossbow into archery. Anybody can use a crossbow during archery season. I'm a little skeptical on that.
Little?
I'm just saying.
Tennessee, hello. Tennessee alone has more deer than the state of Iowa.
Yeah. Yep.
Mississippi.
Yep.
Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
All have higher deer populations than the state of Iowa.
PA, South Carolina, North Carolina.
All have more deer than the state of Iowa.
Yeah.
And you can use a crossbow.
Yep. He was talking like Wisconsin.
Like I said, what did this Nimrod have to say? What did the Nimrod have to say now? Because he's talking out his ass.
Yeah.
Because he's a bought person that they brought in, is what it is.
Yeah. I'm sitting there like, okay, so...
It's not going to ruin Iowa's deer population by adding a crossbow.
you're not gonna ruin a deer.
The only thing you might do is you might get a couple of shotgun hunters to come in and try bow hunting a couple of times. You might gain 15,000 hunters in the state of Iowa. Okay? But it gives people like you and me, fuck, if it's only 30 degrees outside, yeah, give me the choice of a crossbow or a vertical bow. I would much rather be sitting in a tree stand in 30-degree weather with a crossbow than a vertical bow. But you cannot sit there and tell me that there is that much bigger of an advantage shooting a God-blessed crossbow over a vertical bow. It's not.
No. But like I said, why in the hell are we legalizing clarifiers and magnifiers? You know, why can't we legalize that? There's other states that have it.
I know.
And that doesn't give them much of an advantage either, like, if at all.
No, it's not like, ooh, I'm zooming it.
It's
These
like
people in power are stupid. It boils down to people in power are stupid. Just say it with me.
Yeah.
People in power are stupid.
The magnifiers and clarifiers, people have said it's just like wearing prescription glasses. That's all it is.
Somebody that gets paid buku dollars, I voted you in, yay!
So, but yeah, I mean,
like I said, people in power are stupid.
Yep.
I don't care if you got an R, a D, or an I in front of your name. You're in power, and you truly aren't for the people, you're stupid. Plain and simple. Because I can tell you right now, Iowa's whole deer deal is so effed up. Mason can vouch for me. My dad can vouch. There are DNR officers that don't know how to enforce some of Iowa's DNR laws. DNR officers don't know how to enforce the game laws in Iowa.
Yep.
Because well, I don't know.
Yep.
Well, you're a DNR officer. Why don't you know? Well, they never really clarified exactly what. They just, here you go.
Yep. They didn't.
You know, they never clarified in one example was the mentor program.
The definition. They didn't give the definition of what they're trying to pass in the hunting regulations.
Yeah. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's just like this.
And what they do with deer tags.
It's just like
especially here in the eastern part of the state. Absolutely asinine. And I even told the DNR officer that we had that Mason's got the video up on. Was starting there talking to him. This whole system that I have, I looked right at him and I said, this is stupid. And he looked right back at me. He's like, yeah, I know. I was like, I said, something's got to change. I said, I should not be able to come out here to this field, that field, and that field. And I pointed to all three of them. And I says, there should not be 60 deer in these fields in this area. I was like, are you going to sit there and tell me that this place can sustain that many deer? And I says, I'll guarantee you that's not all of them. I said, you come out here in the wintertime, I said, like, between those three fields, and I pointed to the one behind me, I says, you're going to see almost 400 deer. And he's like, no, there can't be. There's no way. There's not that many deer. I said, you can, I showed him on Onyx. I was like, you drive this in the wintertime. I said, you're going to see over 800 deer, 800 different deer out and about 2 days before a big storm comes through after Iowa shotgun season. Well, that's just because they always herd up anyways. And I was like, I don't give a rat's ass if they herd up. It's just showing you that here they are. Duh.
Yeah.
Quit being an idiot.
Yep. And then they're saying there's surveys and people not calling in and, you know, they're spotlighting surveys and whatnot. They're saying they're It's how it depends on how the biologists do their spotlighting surveys and.
Never seen a DNR officer in this area.
No.
Never seen a DNR officer over by Graceland either.
Yeah, no.
Tell me how you're doing your spotlight survey then.
Yeah.
Are you driving around the town just north of me?
Yep.
Just go, oh, well, we're going to drive around town. Okay, nope, not too many deer around here.
Yeah, and then also people, he's
freaking stupid.
And people not calling their deer in, registering their deer.
Don't give a rat's ass if they're calling it in or not. That shouldn't make a difference.
No.
That should. I mean, I can see how it could, but even then, still,
they're like, well, if people aren't going to call it in after they did, harvest the deer, they're going to say, well, they weren't successful. And that's how they're doing it there. I listened to that. He mentioned that too. It's like, well, how we do our doe tags is this way, and da 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 da, and so that way we can determine what the population is. And I'm sitting there like, people aren't calling them in. And then they have their bow hunter, the volunteer bow hunter, filling out their.
Yeah, I got sent one of them damn things.
Yeah. It's like, why it...
Don't get me wrong, I'm going to partake in it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong for that. But I am going to try my ass off to tell the DNR officer, hey, let's go for a fucking joyride.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you around Bramer County. We're going to go for a ride. I'm going to drive you. I'm going to show you all the goddamn deer around here. You report back to your head honchos and be like, hey, we definitely need to get deer out of these areas.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's fucking stupid.
And then we mentioned how the landowners are not letting anybody in, like over there at Graceland, and the neighboring landowner won't let anyone in, and then the people that own right next to that guy won't let anybody in. They're not taking the deer that they need to be taken off for that area's carrying capacity can hold to make a healthy herd. And then he's like, well, we told them that. And he goes, well, they're their own, what do you say, demon or devil, or
right, and they are. He's not wrong on that, and there's nothing that they can do about that.
No. Because then he mentioned that there's going to be some sort of disease going through and wiping through, or they're going to starve themselves out.
Nature's going to take their course, but I think before then the deer will actually start moving out and finding where the food source is, and it's just going to be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's the epicenter is going to be the Graceland area,
where they're going to breed themselves out into
because it's
poor genetics.
It's the epicenter. If you think of it as here's the epicenter. This is where it's all going to start, and it's just going to start to spread.
Yeah.
Well, with all the deer being there, if you haven't noticed, the further east you go towards your hometown, you're seeing more and more and more deer.
Yeah.
The further west you go, you're seeing more and more and more deer in the fence lines. Well, why is that? Because they're going towards the food, right?
Yeah.
Well, why is that? Well, that's because it's not, the area can't sustain them all there, so where are they going? They're going west, they're going east, they're going south, they're going north.
Yeah.
Well, because they're growing in the south, too, because of dipshits that we all know, and we know who they are.
Yeah.
Okay? They're spreading south, too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because I'm seeing deer further south than I ever have been.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing to the north.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And it's also not helping with the hunter decline.
Yeah.
Which would lead right back into crossbows.
Mm-hmm.
Bring more people into the sport.
No, and also access. Access is another one.
We have plenty of access.
We have plenty of access, but they're trying to not go onto public. They're trying to get onto private.
$1 million idea. $1 million idea. Okay? I think the state of Iowa should do a program.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Okay? State of Iowa should do a program for just the landowners. To a degree, okay?
Mm-hmm.
To where they sign a form, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to pay you X amount of dollars
Mm-hmm.
per hunter
Mm-hmm.
to come in and harvest deer.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say this farmer has 200 acres, okay?
Mm-hmm.
About the size of Promised Land,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Let's say 2 bow hunters and we'll just go 4 hunters total, okay? So imagine that farmer getting anywhere between $2,000 and $5,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
And by year, I mean the hunting season per hunter that they allow onto their property.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes per the acre. So if you only got 200 acres, you can only allow 4 hunters, 2 gun, 2 bow. So then that way they're not stepping on each other's toes. They got room to spread out and do whatever. And then
Each of them have their own 100 acres to hunt.
technically, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But you as you or me, we could be put into a draw system, okay,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to go and hunt these properties. And it would only be for residents, not non-residents.
Yeah.
Residents only.
Mm-hmm.
This would be a residents only thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you would fill out this form. It would say, are you a new hunter or experienced hunter?
Mm-hmm.
New hunters would get dibs first.
Yeah.
Experienced hunters would be on the back burner. Okay? So then after that, they don't have to pay nothing else. Because then, now you're given, once it's done, you go and meet with the landowner and you go through, quote unquote, an interview process. And if the landowner does not like you, then you're given 2 strikes. You're given 2 options for 2 of them. And whichever one likes you, or if let's say if they both like you, you get to have your pick of which one you would want to get to go and have dibs on for hunting that year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If only one of them says yes, then you'd only have, that's the one you go to. If none of them say no, we don't want you, then you're SOL. And then
New hunter drawn.
somebody else goes in, somebody is drawn for the pool. And you are stuck either going door to door or you're hunting public.
Yep.
But it would be a draw system only. And like I said, picking up a bottle cap, it would be to get newer people out there. And it would be through the state deal, like a state program deal,
Mm-hmm.
through these farms. Okay. And let's say it's a farm that's never been hunted and there's buttloads of deer on it. And you're required to shoot 2 does and a buck or something. Whatever it may be. Okay. To be able to help bring that population down. That would be something to do. You know, things could be worked out. But I think a program like that would be extremely beneficial. I mean, we did it with the CRP program.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we do it with a hunting program?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why not? Why can there not be a program set up to where farmers get paid X amount of dollars per hunter And on these properties, if you're a gun hunter, you're not going out there with 10, 15 guys and doing deer drives. No, you're going out, you're sitting in a blind, you're sitting in a tree stand, or you're sitting on a bucket next to a tree and sitting there and just hunting. You're still hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a spot and stalk from your truck to if you see one in the field or something, but you're not out there gallivanting around doing this or doing that. No, there's none of that. You're either hunting from a ground blind, or you're hunting from a tree, or you're sitting on a bucket or a chair up against a tree waiting for the deer to come by.
Mm-hmm.
No deer drives, no nothing. I think that would be absolutely huge.
Mm-hmm. That would work. I like it. But yeah, we need to get freaking crossbows opened up. We definitely need to do that.
It needs to be opened up. Either that, or with all the freaking money that the state's bringing in from the hunting and stuff.
And then the counties
hire more DNR officers to do the damn job and understand the laws and stuff, and so that way they understand how many deer are actually in the freaking state of Iowa.
Yeah. Well, the biologists need to figure their shit out, but they're overeducated idiots anyway.
God forbid we ever listen to the deer hunters.
I mean,
God forbid we ever listen to any of the damn hunters out there. They don't know what they're talking about. They're talking off their ass. They over exaggerate everything.
The counties west where they got hit with EHD pretty hard.
The counties out west know how to manage themselves. I mean,
well, the thing is,
the state is doing good on that end with not allowing does, not adding extra doe tags. But the people out there are already doing it anyways, to where if they don't want to shoot the does, they're not going to anyways. Well, there are some damn big bucks being shot out in western Iowa.
Yeah, but
because they're allowing the smaller ones to grow up.
For crossbow, they just need to make it antlered bucks only. If they did legalize.
No.
Yeah.
No.
For out west?
No. Same rules apply as bow.
I'm just saying.
It is a crossbow.
Yeah, okay.
Not a cross gun. It is a crossbow. All rules apply with the bow laws.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Do we have buck only tags? No.
No, for gun they do out west.
It is a statewide tag. If you're hunting in this area, you can only shoot a buck. But it is a statewide tag. It is not. It does not say buck only on the tag. It is a statewide tag.
No.
It is an any sex tag. See, you don't even know the rules.
One year I saw was only.
You can, during first season shotgun, there are counties in western Iowa, okay, and along the Missouri River. You can only shoot an antlered buck.
That's what I meant.
But it's not a buck tag. It's not a buck only tag. On the tag itself does not say buck only. It says statewide gun 1 or gun 2 tag. Okay, it doesn't say buck only like some. Doesn't say like some our antlerless tags say antlerless only. It doesn't say antlered only. It says any sex. But if you're hunting out there, you can only shoot an antlered buck. So it is not technically a buck tag. You can only shoot a buck. So people out there that when they buy their tag, if they don't want to hunt there, they can come over here and hunt and shoot whatever they want.
Okay.
Man. Some of these rules are not that difficult. Like the mentor deal.
I don't hunt over there. I'm just...
Do I hunt over there? No.
Well, you absorb it better than I do.
No, I want to know the rules. Know what I'm getting into.
Jesus, my God. How jump on me. Good Lord.
I don't want you becoming one of them.
one of them.
Yes. And you know what I mean by one of them. This marker still works. We need that.
All right. Well, what were you saying about the mentorship thing?
Oh, it's just like the mentorship deal of with having a deer tag. Okay? Because there's so much murky water per se. Okay? You got to make sure you have a hunting license. Well, some people allocate the hunting license as the actual deer tag, which is not the case. So for me to be able to take my kid youth hunting, quote unquote.
Counties in red.
Yeah, I know what the counties are.
That's the way I understood it. Counties in red.
You can only shoot an antlered buck.
Yeah, during first shotgun of the season.
Yes.
Yeah.
That used to be here too.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be statewide, no matter what, you only shoot antlered bucks. I think we need to go back to that no matter what.
Yeah.
That was great in the mid-90s, shooting only antlered bucks. First season shotgun. Didn't ruin the deer population then. All the big bucks didn't get shot then. Just saying. Didn't ruin Iowa's population then. A lot of big deer got shot too.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember being 9 years old, and I can remember back of one pickup truck seeing over eight bucks that would easily score over 150 inches in the back end of a pickup truck.
Mm-hmm.
Easily.
Yeah. And you don't see that anymore. You don't see back end of a pickup truck full of deer and with deer legs sticking up out of the...
And those were all bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in the early 90s. That was 93, 94, 95 time frame. Didn't ruin Iowa's deer population. Didn't ruin Iowa's big buck deal.
Nope.
Think of all the people that first season shotgun hunted. All them bucks getting shot. Almost 50-some thousand bucks getting shot.
Mm-hmm.
How did all them big bucks keep growing? Every year, big bucks would get shot. But there was a whole season dedicated to bucks only. Early muzzleloader, bucks only. Except for a few counties. Tell me again how adding crossbows is going to ruin Iowa's big buck population.
Mm-hmm.
You can go fly your kite somewhere else. Because it ain't going to work.
Yep.
Sorry. Just look back at history, bud. That's all I can say is look back at history. And I've been all over the state from north, south, east, and west during Iowa's gun seasons. Seen a lot of deer. Just saying.
Yep.
Hasn't heard it yet.
So, anyway, anything else? I gotta head home. I'll be back out tonight.
Yeah, we going out tonight.
I gotta throw my phone on the charger so that way it's fully charged.
I gotta do the same.
Yep.
I'm gonna eat some chips and dip and watch some football for a little bit.
Yeah, I got a soccer game I gotta go to.
My kids are at the pumpkin patch.
They don't have a game today? They don't have a game today?
Oh, they would have. But they're missing it to go to the pumpkin patch.
No.
Grandma wanna go pumpkin patch.
Mm.
Me and Papa are gonna be working on the basement for a little bit.
Mm. All right.
So that's what we're doing. That's the only reason why I didn't go. Got some basement remod stuff to get done.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right.
I'll catch you out in the woods.
I'll see you out on the river. See ya.
Let's all be nice to one another, please.
Yeah. See ya.
Deuces.